Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I am back for our stitch along for our dictionary of stitches, and we are going to continue with Shadow Trapunto. So if you watched yesterday's video or the previous video to this one, if you're not watching them in the sort of order that they're coming out, we created a stuffed area using tapestry wool within a running stitched outline. So watch that video and I explain it all. And today we're going to do a two-tone rosebud. Now originally I was planning to use a red and a white, but I think I might actually use red and pink. In the book they've used like a red and a yellow, a pale yellow. So what we're going to do is, again, if you've got a tapestry needle or something like this, you might want to use that. And we're going to start with our darker colour at the top. Probably enough. With wools you don't want to make them too long and you don't need too much for this particular piece. You're not going to put a knot or anything in, you're just going to work on the back side of the piece, and you're going to start at the top and you're going to work a stitch between, you're going to guide your needle between the two layers, so make sure it doesn't come through to the front. You want to make sure it's just staying, so I'm going to check that it's not coming through the front. Nope. It was trying to, but we're going to stop it. And then we're going to go about, what does it say in the book? 1/3 down the shape. So about that far down the shape. And like we did with the leaves, we're going to pull our yarn through until it's just poking out at that end, at the first end. And then we're going to cut it off as close to the fabric as possible, and then we're going to lay in some parallel pieces of yarn, again just putting it into the center between the two bits of fabric, so always checking that you're not coming through to the front when you're doing your pulling through. So I hope you're having a great day or a great evening when you're watching this. Filming this on Saturday. I filmed the previous episode last night. So just been doing some chores around the house, as we all have to do. Alas, we can't spend all our time in our craft rooms. Okay, so again, just carefully pulling it through until its tail is just there. I think it is actually all right if it slightly disappears inside, because you're going to be concealing it inside anyway. And then I think I'll probably maybe do 2 more just to make it nice and plump, because I quite like the leaves where I put plenty in. They've become very nice and plump. It's a really lovely technique. I think I am going to do it a bit more. I was even thinking for Christmas, I wonder if I can do like a wreath or something with it. There we go, we can see the top of our little rosebud, and now we can lay in our other colour. So maybe because that does look, yeah, no, I think I'll use the pink and see if it gives me a different effect, but I am wondering whether I should use the white so it is totally contrasting. Go with the pink. Go with the pink, Christine. Save that bit of red thread or red wool. So you can often get these tapestry wools at op shops or charity stores or thrift stores, whatever they're called in your part of the world. Often people have had them as parts of kits and then they haven't used them. So now I'm going to come from the bottom at, again we're working on the wrong side of the fabric, on the back of the fabric. I think I might have slightly come through to the front, so I'm just going to redo this stitch. Make sure I'm only in the back, yep. And then I'm going to pull through. Chop off. So always just working just from the inside of where your running stitch is. Checking that you haven't gone through to the front fabric, and then gently pulling through till you've got just a tiny bit of tail, and then trimming it off nice and close to the fabric. We'll do the next one. So I'm overlapping it a little bit with the upper layer of the red wool that we laid into there, just so it sort of doesn't end up with a gap or anything. In the book, I think they do it as two totally separate bits, but I want mine to be nice and plump, and I don't want any gapping. Almost got one of Travis' hairs enclosed. Oops, went too far through that one. I can just repeat the procedure using the same holes and just pull it a little bit more gently so it doesn't go all the way through. So this is the last of our Shadow Trapunto, or no, shadow work techniques, and then we're moving on to sheaf filling stitch tomorrow. There we are. So now we can give our stitches a further little trim to make them nice and easy to conceal. Take our wool out of our needle, and then I'm just going to massage them to hopefully get them to just go into the fabric. Just using the eye end of the needle, and then I also have found that if you just give them a little bit of a wiggle, a wiggly wig, and these ones I might even give them a little further trim, and then give them a little bit of a wiggle. So you're really just wanting to help ease them into the fabric, whether it's with the, I'll try the other end, I just don't want to really skewer. Oh no, the other end does work okay. You can kind of just, the book says hook them in, but I think it's more you're just pushing them into the hole. And it's not really, it's a hole where you've separated the threads because you're using the thicker tapestry needle. It's more separating the threads rather than, I'll try the other end. Yeah, that's working well. Give it a little massage. Still got a few little bits. Try this end on these ones. I mean, it's on the back anyway, so it probably doesn't even matter too much if you've got a little bit of fluff coming out. It's only so minor. And then there we go. That is our Trapunto, Shadow Trapunto Italian Quilting Rosebud. So that is a bit of fun. And it feels really great to have that little raised surface. I hope you had fun with that, and I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't check out the other ones, they're kind of like magic because you hold them up and you get a whole pattern sitting behind your pieces. Really interesting technique that I had not tried before, and I'll see you back for tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.